Hello viewers and welcome to part 22 of the Latics. And if you've been keeping up with the series, you would know that we are now still in League One after an unfortunate end to the season and then an unfortunate playoff couple of performances actually, against Doncaster, which wasn't the best. I'm still a little bit gutted about the fact we didn't go up in terms of we were due to Accrington Stanley in the last game of the season, and therefore we were 1 point away from being promoted. And actually, if we'd won that game, we would have been given the champions as well. So let's have a look at what's going on. So this is the transfers that have been happening. And so we're going to do one game this match. So we're just going to have a look at the transfers and how things have been going over the summer period and where we're predicted to come, etc. For next season. So these are the players that have gone. You probably recognise a few of them. Darren Bent's gone. He's retired finally. Joe Jacobson, who was the left wing we had, left back we had for a couple of seasons from League Two, who didn't actually make too much of an impact. Saying that, he played quite well when he played for us, but he didn't make too much of an impact as a player. Charlie Rowan, who we never really saw to play, really, he looked like he could be a bit of a special young lad, but unfortunately he wasn't happy at the club and therefore didn't want to stay. Adnan Maric, who some of you did see in a fair few games, he was fairly alright midfielder, played a few games for us, almost a quarter of a season really, but never really excited me enough, and had quite a lot of competition with Glendon and Butcher, etc. in that role. Another one that's gone, Rob Hunt, the right back, he's gone off to Plymouth. We released him, and I felt a bit sad actually of him going, because he'd been here for quite a long time, and obviously was there for us the last 2 seasons, playing quite regularly, and didn't do too bad. But I've changed the back four a little bit to hopefully give us a bit of a better chance of going up this season, because that's, I think, that one of the areas we need to work on. Those wing backs weren't performing consistently every single game. So same with Paul Caddis, he's gone as well. Another one you probably don't know actually, Khalid Abdo, who was signed last season, went off to Chesterfield for a loan spell halfway through the season, I think it was. But I'm actually a bit lacking in that role, in the attacking midfielder role, so I've actually tried to get him back. He does look quite good actually, and I think he could become quite a good player in the future, but we'll have to see. So in terms of the players we've got in, so let's have a look at this. Oh, cash calls, transfers, all transfers, let's have a look at that. So these are the players we brought in this season. Some of them, we're doing quite well, but one you need to have a look at, and yes, that's right, if you've seen it already, he is back. Luke McCormick, probably the best player I've had so far in this season, in this series. His great efforts in that first year for us with Oldham were absolutely fantastic, getting 11 goals from a midfielding role, and he's just a great player. He was a really, really good player as a box-to-box midfielder, and I think that worked with the side, so we might be looking to bring that back in. And in fact, he can play ball-winning midfielder as well, very well. So, that's what I'm looking for. He's a very good player. His mentals are absolutely brilliant. His technicals aren't the best, but mentally he's a very, very strong player. Off the ball, fantastic. Teamwork, brilliant. Work rate, putting it in every single time. His finishing's even quite good as well. So we've got him this time. He's our own player. We've got him on a free. We signed him from Chelsea. And let's hope we can do quite well. He's had a very good start to the in the pre-seasons. I mean, he's only played 2 full matches, but as a midfielder, he's one of the best. Theo looks like he's starting to get a bit better. He's starting to get quite good. Signed him from Real Madrid last season. He played quite a few games last season as well. So Luke McCormick is one of them. Alex Jakoviti, I wanted to sign him because he's a fairly decent centre back. We've got him as our own now, which is quite nice. I was still reworking. He didn't play that many games last season, but this year he will, because he's not a loan player, so the loan restrictions won't hurt us too much. We've also got Ed Francis. There's another centre back who looks pretty good. His heading's not too good, but hopefully Jakoviti can even that out. And then our loans, we've got quite a few loan players. Oh, we've also got Glenn McCauley as well. He looks like a good striker. 16 finishing, 13 composure. Yes, I think he's going to be all right. Looks like a decent player. Looks like he can grow as well. Playing, in these leagues, in the what are they called, the under 18 leagues, etc. Not doing too bad. So maybe he can make the step up in this time. We've got a few loan players who we're going to have a look at. Pierre-Emmanuel Ekwa Elimbi, who I'm probably going to change to just Pierre, because that's a mouthful, that is. He's going to be called Pierre. He's on loan from Chelsea. He's a central midfielder. Doesn't look as good as what the other kids do, but his mental's a lot better and his speed's a little bit better. So we'll see how he does as well. And then one other loan you want to have a look at is Tom Pearce, who's our left back, who's going to be our strong left back for this season. He looks pretty good. We've still got Danny Lafferty here, so Danny Lafferty can fill in that role when we need him to. Right, so let's have a look at this season. I didn't show you James Wilson's also here as well, on loan from Barnsley. Man United James Wilson. Right, okay, let's have a go. Now this season, actually, if we have a look at the where we're supposed to be, the board expects to reach the playoffs this season, which could be doable. 10th is our prediction this season, but we've got Sheffield Wednesday, Barnsley, Charlton who will come down this season, and look, Sheffield Wednesday we've pretty much got every single player on here, even Fernando Forestieri, who's pretty decent, and we've just got to hope that we can do really well and play every single game as well as we did last season, and maybe get a few more results than we did. But that's where we're looking to potentially get. So the team we're going to have for this game is not even sorted yet. Let's just do that quickly. I thought I did that earlier. So I think we're actually going to kick it off with this team actually first, because this one looks pretty strong. So we're going to go with Macaulay up front. We're going to have Port Steinson on the wing with Holland, Scott in the middle, Glendon, and then McCormick in the centre midfield, Pearce and Osai Tutu in the wing backs, and then Pierre and Yakoviti in defence with O'Hara in goal. I didn't change O'Hara. I know I was looking for a goalkeeper, but I ended up actually finding no goalkeepers who are as good as him, and O'Hara can still grow because he's still a young player. So we're going to give him another season in this league, see how he develops. We've got Chris Long. Right, and we'll see how this goes. So come on, boys, let's go. Grimsby have just been promoted. They're expected to get relegated this season, so I should expect us to do a fairly decent turnout today in terms of the players. Come on, let's get going. I'm really looking forward to this season, especially as we did really well last season. And I tend to do better the second season as a manager anyway, on Football Manager. Every single Football Manager save I've done, I've actually done better in the second year of being in the same league. But we'll have to see. There's plenty of time, plenty of games left. Like Glendon on the ball, can he cross it in to find someone? Tries to find Pierre, doesn't manage to find him. Port Steinson. I'm going to have trouble saying that name. He's going to be called Porter Steinson. Port Steinson. I think that's his name. I think that's how you pronounce it as well. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not from Iceland, which I think he's from. So I'm not entirely sure how it's supposed to be pronounced. Forgive me if I've upset any Icelandic people who watch this. But as you see, we're dominating. We've had 15 shots so far. They've had none. I think we have to go for a more attacking formation. Second half. I mean, 0-0 at half time. It's not been the most exciting game. But then again, neither was the first game of the last season. Well, it was exciting, but we lost 4-0 against Lincoln, who are now a championship side, and I hope they come down because I hate them. I hate them so much. They're my least favourite club on this save. They're literally my rivals, my personal rivals on this save. They've just beaten us in every opportunity they have, and they've done better than us in every opportunity they have as well. So I just want to get one up on them. Come on, boys, we're not doing anything here. This is just a boring game. Nothing's happening. Right, Grimsby on the ball now. Cole into Oman. Oman tries to get it forward, tries to pass it, but nothing happens from it, and Oldham have got it back. Pearce on the ball. Can he find some space in the swing? He can. He passes it into Port Steinson, who gets it to Scott. Scott passes it on the wing to Osai Tutu. It's a very good ball. Port Steinson again, and unfortunately nothing is created from it. Glenn McCauley's going to come on. I don't know who to bring on for him. I think I'm going to bring on Carlton Morris. I do miss a bit of Ryan Cassidy, actually, because he was a very, very good player for us last season. And we've just got to, make sure that we're continuing that push. I'm going to bring on Nepo as well. I haven't really got anyone in the attacking midfield role who is of great ability. currently at the moment. I was looking to try and get Powell back, but looks like he's been signed. Morris gets his, I think that's his first touch of the game actually, and he's just buried it. Fantastic. Carlton Morris gets the goal. That's 1-0 to Oldham. I don't care how many goals we win by as long as we get points. And Morris is completely unmarked there and just, takes the mick out of them. And this is the difference between a team that's just come up and a team that is now, who was challenging for promotion last season. Pierce into Scott. Scott tries to find some space. He found some space. Can he get it in? Oh, unlucky lad. That's unfortunate. We've got Ben Reeves, who's a Charlton player, I believe. He's also an MK Dons player. Quite a good attacking midfielder. Oh, look at that, 27. They've had nothing. They've had none of the ball. Well, they've had one shot now. And we're trying to get Ben Reeves into the team. He's just wanting a lot of money, and I don't think I can afford it. Glendon gets a goal. Fantastic. Probably the best player last season. He was voted the player's player last season and signing of the season. He was a great player last season. People who play in that role, that sort of attacking centre midfielder role, have been very, very good. McCormick played in that season, that position in the first season. Glendon played it in the second season. Everything's coming from those players. It's those ones. I think those two in the middle are going to work really, really well together. And hopefully create a really good partnership. They already are. If you look at the stats, they're doing really well. And so are the back four. I'm just hoping this back four continue all the way through. Is that McCormick going to get... He's just pushed someone, unfortunately. Let's see if that's the end of the game. Fantastic. So a 2-0 win. It's a great start. Much better start than last season. 31 shots. 16 on target. I'm a bit gutted we only managed to score 2 goals. Because, we should be scoring more than that. Because of the fact that 31 shots, of which only just over half were on target. One clear-cut chance, which I'm guessing was Carlton Morris's chance rather than George Glendon's. Right, so let's have a quick look at where we're going to come back now. Looks disinterested. Why is that? I'm very happy with where you played. Come on, boys, let's have a look. See where we're going to come back. I haven't really looked at the schedule at all, really. We've got this, I think we'll probably come back for Bury Sheffield Wednesday game. That'll be quite nice. Sheffield Wednesday, a team that just come down from the league above and look quite strong, so we'll give them a go. And we'll play Bury and Sheffield Wednesday. So yeah, thank you very much for watching this. If you enjoyed it, please give a massive like. And if you want to watch more daily content, please subscribe down below. Thank you very much for watching. See you later. Cheerio.